Sup ding dongs, welcome back to Superhero 101. Today I'm gonna fill you guys in on the origin of Marvel's Doctor Strange. Wanting to die after that ridiculous speedster video, I decided to take a step back and focus on one character, a very popular one in fact, Dr. Stephen Strange, aka the Sorcerer Supreme. Tumblr's favorite alien, buttermilk crucifix, or Beetlejuice lumbergrass, will be the newest live-action Doctor Strange to take the stage, and I couldn't be more excited about it. But why is this Doctor getting his own MCU film? How are there so many A-list actors attached? Will Brember Brick look good with a goatee? Let's dive deep into one of the most powerful characters in Marvel Comics. No! Stop it. The Mystic Doctor was introduced to us in Strange Tales issue 110 in July 1963, and unlike most comic book characters at the time, he didn't get an immediate origin story. Right off the bat, for most characters like Spider-Man, for example, his first issue showed us him getting bitten by the infamous spider, and boom, birth of the Spider-Man. Strange Tales issue 110 was just a story about an already established master of the dark arts. I think the MCU is doing something similar with the Stephen Strange Easter egg in Winter Soldier and the Eye of Agamotto in the first Thor movie. Cool move, Marvel. Stephen's origin story is a unique one. Stephen didn't have the easiest childhood, what with demons chasing him and the death of his sister at age 19, which led him to striving for perfection and success in the medical field. Oh yeah, the demon thing? It was established that Strange was always destined to become the next Sorcerer Supreme, protector of the Earth from mystical threats, but one sorcerer wanted to take matters into his own hands and torment Strange. The Ancient One, Stephen's future mystic mentor, drove the demons away and saved Strange without him being any wiser about it. Anyway, Stephen went to medical school and got his degree in record time and moved over to New York Hospital for his residency. While he did become wealthy and famous for his surgical skills, he was very cold and arrogant. He would rarely ever connect with his patients. It was all about the money for Strange. His callous and greedy nature eventually drove away his fiancée and drove a wedge between him and his family. In the early 60s, Stephen was in a car accident that forever changed his life. The nerves in his hands were damaged to the point of ending his career as a surgeon. Strange used his fortune to try any means of restoring his hands to their former glory, but they were all failures. He would perform back alley medical treatments to get by financially, but eventually he took the biggest leap of all and sought out the Ancient One. The Ancient One is a powerful mystic that lives in an ornate palace high atop the Himalayas. At the time of meeting Stephen for the first time, the Ancient One had been the Sorcerer Supreme for a whopping 6 centuries. When Stephen requested the help of the Ancient One to fix his hands, the Ancient One denied him. He could see an evil that lurked in Stephen's soul, but he did offer him the chance to learn the ways of magic. Strange said, "No way, you crazy old man," but when he was leaving, he witnessed one of the Ancient One's pupils, Baron Mordo, plotting against the Ancient One. Strange confronted Mordo, but Mordo cast a spell on Strange that forbade him from snitching to the Ancient One. Eventually, Strange decided that the only way he could save the Ancient One was to learn some mystic spells to try to undo Mordo's restraints. The Ancient One witnessed Strange attempting to help for unselfish reasons and undid the restraints himself. He was well aware that Mordo was trying to attack him. He's 600 years old. It was probably really hard to hide things from him. Strange agreed to train with the Ancient One, and boom, the birth of Doctor Strange the Sorcerer. But he ain't supreme yet, no sir. Doctor Strange took on many foes: Dormammu, Nightmare, Baron Mordo, Shumagorath, to name a few. One of the most tragic stories for Stephen Strange included Shumagorath, actually. Old Shum was trying to pass into our dimension and take over the world by way of the Ancient One. The only way to stop this from happening was for Strange to kill the Ancient One, stopping Shumagorath's passage to Earth. Although it was a hard decision for Strange, it was the right one, and now he is finally the Sorcerer Supreme, protector of the universe against all mystical threats. Also, the Ancient One didn't die per se, because it's comic books. He just became one with the eternity. Can't even say it because it's so fucking stupid. Strange eventually set up shop in New York City, specifically Greenwich Village, with his servant Wong, creating the Sanctum Sanctorum, where they would fight all sorts of demons and dark magic. Fun fact, the address of the Sanctum Sanctorum in the comics is the actual address of the Doctor Strange writer at the time's apartment building in Greenwich Village. The more you know. Strange went on to help out the Fantastic Four, Spider-Man, the X-Men, even formed the Defenders with the Hulk, Namor the Submariner, and the Silver Surfer. He did play a big part as a member of the Illuminati, a secret organization of Marvel Universe's most powerful players. He is also partially responsible for Planet Hulk and the World War Hulk debacle, but I try to forget that part. Now, as for his powers, most of them stem from the Vishanti, a group of 3 powerful otherworldly beings. They are Agamotto, Hogoth, and Oshter. Psst, I don't know how to pronounce these. Strange's powers include flight, teleportation, telekinesis, mystic bolts, banishment, meaning he could banish people or beings to any other dimension he wants, shielding, time manipulation, travel to other dimensions, he can create objects out of thin air, astral projection, and hypnosis, universal awareness, near immortality. He once was tested by death and he won, so he has a longer lifespan and he can keep that cool dad bod going on. He's an expert in the martial art of Kamar Taj, which does come in handy when he can't use his magic. He has impressive strategic and leadership skills, and damn it man, he's a doctor. The Doctor does have many mystical tools at his disposal, like the Hand of Death, the Book of Ebon, the Scrolls of Watum, but the big ones we have to worry about is a very short list of items. The Eye of Agamotto, which is useful for fighting illusions and mental blocks and will rivaling powerful telepaths. It can track magicians and spells that have been used and weakens users of dark magic. The Cloak of Levitation, which is exactly what it sounds like. It lets him fly and it's nearly indestructible. The Orb of Agamotto, a crystal ball that Strange uses to keep his eye out for all those troublemakers in those other dimensions. The Wand of Watum is an extremely powerful wand that is good for any kind of magical mischief you find yourself getting into. I wrote the Wang of Watum. It was the wand. The Book of Vishanti contains all the spells a growing sorcerer would ever need, if you are specifically talking about white magic, that is. That being said, he's still a human. He needs to eat, sleep, other human things. And being a man based in magic, his powers are weaker against a foe that resides in the sciences. Also, if you were to tie his hands, his powers become very limited. Apparently, you need your hands to perform spells properly. That's a huge drawback. And boom, that's the doc for you. What did you guys think? Are you guys excited to see Benedict as the Doctor, Tilda Swinton as the Ancient One, and Chiwetel Ejiofor as Baron Modo? Let me know in the comments down below. For those of you who would like to pick up a Doctor Strange comic, I would suggest Doctor Strange The Oath by Brian K. Vaughan. I'm currently making my way through it, and it's good. Also, next time I wanted to talk about Captain Marvel a little bit. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments down below. Thank you guys for watching. Please share this video if you liked it, and I'll see you next time. I was blinking to go invisible, editors. Please.
I made you invisible.
Yay, good boy.
This is SourceFed!
During the finale, we were given some of the nerdiest teases in comic book TV history, one of them being this helmet that flew through the wormhole. That helmet belongs to the first Flash, Jay Garrick. The show creators did say more speedsters would be showing up in season 2, but now we're talking about multiple realities with multiple Flashes. How freaking cool.
I even like Orenchi no Furojijo, even though it's about sexy half-sea creature men that fall in love with normal, sexy human anime man and live in BL harmony. It's not even subtle, which is why I like it, I think.